Hey guys, how you doing? Hope everybody is doing good. Welcome to Embroidery Happy Hour. It has been a minute since we have been together because last week I was at the Sew and Quilt Expo over in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I want to talk to you guys about the experience and what I felt about it. This is my third time going. And each year you go, it's a little bit different, okay? But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit because we were I met with some of you guys, and we met again at Olive Garden for dinner, and we talked about it a little bit and stuff, and I wanted to show you guys what I did, what I got, and just my experience of the whole thing. Okay, so for those of you that are new, welcome. I'm Jeanette from Boricua Sewing and Crafts, and I am everything about embroidery, sewing, quilting, and stuff. And this is my embroidery happy hour, where I like to pick a topic and share that with you guys for the first hour, and then I always like to just hang out with you guys at the end. Also, just wanted to give an announcement. I will be starting I think it's the fourth time. This is our fourth annual Christmas gift exchange. Okay, so I'm going to be putting out the link pretty soon in our Facebook group. So those of you guys that are interested in joining, please do. I will put all the details in the Facebook group, and to let you guys know when registration is going to close, when the gifts are supposed to be mailed out, and also when we are going to do the show and tell show at Embroidery Happy Hour. Okay, so it's always a lot of fun. The first time I did that, I was a little nervous, about it, because I didn't know if people were going to be interested in doing it. People really enjoyed themselves. They asked for me to do it again. So we're on our fourth year, guys, of doing this gift exchange. This year, though, I did add a little twist. A lot of you guys reached out and said you wanted to do Christmas in July. So we did it for the first time this year. It ended up being really great. It was a good success. Everybody loved it. I thought that was pretty cool, too. So, this is pretty awesome. So let's talk about this. All right. So for those of you guys don't know, they do have, let me show you guys. I got all the stuff behind me. Okay. I put it all behind me. And that way I can show you guys what I have, what we did, and all that kind of stuff. But I will tell you this, the most highlight for me, the most memorable this year is that my sister flew all the way from Miami to go to the Sew and Quilt show. And I thought that was like so awesome. It was like the first time that she actually flew to like spend time with me, just me and her alone. And it was like a really great sister bonding weekend. So to me, honestly, that was like the highlight of everything. So I thought that was like so cool, and I am forever grateful for those moments that I got to share with her. I mean, I thought that was like so awesome, because we don't usually get to spend a lot of time together. Her life is very, very hectic, and so is mine. And it was really awesome to be able to spend that with her. But let's talk about what we did. Okay, so as you guys know, last year, one of the things, the first year I went, okay, just a little history. The first year I went, I didn't sign up for any of the classes. I just wanted to go just to check it out, see what it was all about. When I got there, I went with Miss Banks for the first time. And one of the things that was really funny was I really learned a lot. I learned a lot about different types of fabric and all that kind of stuff, because I was always buying my fabrics from Joann's. And, I'm over here thinking, oh, they're great fabrics. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with them, but I had no idea, because I was so new to the world of sewing, that I had no idea that there were different types of quality of fabric until I got there and she took my hand and said, touch this. Then I was kind of like, oh, now I see. There's a different types of thickness to it. And I was really amazed at that. And then I got to see all the sewing machines. I got to see all the notions, all the different types of quilts that people had made. I thought it was just like beautiful, all the stuff. So that was like the first year. The second year that I went, I decided I want to do more than that. I actually want to take some classes. So what I did was I signed up for all the Serger classes that they offer. They had Serger 101, Serger 911, making things with your serger. So I signed up for all those classes, and I have to be honest with you, I did learn a lot about the serger and things you could do with the serger that I didn't even think was possible. Okay, because I always thought serger was just to make clothes, but when I signed up for the class, I ended up finding out people make bags with sergers. It's just, and sewing zippers and stuff. So there's just so much more you can do with a serger, and I was really at like a right. So that was the second time I went. This year, okay, so this year, I decided I'm not gonna, well, I did take one sewing class, okay, but one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to learn about Embrilliance, right? I do know Embrilliance. I'm pretty efficient in it, but they had an intro class, and then they had a intro to digitizing class. So I decided, let me take that, let me see what they offer, right? Because I figured, I don't know everything, and you never know. You may end up learning something new. I will say the class was okay, but because I was already kind of proficient in Brilliance, a lot of the things that they taught, I already kind of knew, right? And I will say a little bit, I did feel like it was too organized and stuff like that, but hey, that's okay. Sometimes things just happen, right? Just like when you do a live on YouTube, sometimes things just don't go as planned. Sometimes you can have technical difficulties. Sometimes you don't have sound and stuff like that. That stuff happens, so it's not a big deal. So one of the things that I did like though about that intro class was she did go kind of slow, and I did notice there were a lot of questions from the audience, right? But a lot of the questions they asked I kind of knew the answer to. So to me, I kind of feel like for me personally, because I have been using Embrilliance for quite some time, that wasn't much of a learning thing for me, right? It was just like, okay, but it was good to know because but it was good to take the class. Then there was the class for the Embrilliance to digitizing. Now that to me was a little bit kind of disappointing to me, because I thought, my impression was that when I took that class, they were actually going to explore the world of digitizing. I thought we were going to deep dive into stitch artist level 1, 2, or 3 and start doing some more digitizing work. That really wasn't the case. What ended up happening was she just kind of like gave us some materials, and then we were in front of, I think it was Viking embroidery machines, which I had to admit, I mean, they were beautiful machines. They were huge machines with the very big hoops. I thought they were really nice. But because I am a brother girl, right, and I have my SC 1900, it took a little getting used to the functionality of the Viking machine. And that to me was kind of like, I got to be honest with you, I wasn't feeling the Viking machine. And it could be that maybe I'm just a little bit unfair with Viking because I'm used to brother, right? I'm used to brother and their buttons and all that kind of stuff and everything, which is probably why I may have leaned towards the brother embroidery multi-needle machines. However, though, I will say it just works for me, right? So, like I always say, I'm not saying that the machines are bad. All I'm saying is that it's because I'm so used to the brother machines and the way they lay out their buttons. When I got in front of the Viking machine, I did kind of find it a little bit challenging to get used to. Okay, so but hey, I mean, everybody has their own favorite machines, right? Not a big deal. So the thing is, it was mostly like digitizing, and one of the first things that she had us do was this. She gave us some tea towels, which were very, very pretty. It has the little layout and stuff. And one of the things that we did was she had us do this design. Okay, and this is really an applique design. Okay, just so that you can see. She gave us the fabric to lay on here. This is just applique. So when we started doing the applique, I was kind of like, okay, well, all right, for someone that is really new, okay, and maybe is new into embroidery, doing this kind of class really would have been great. But for me, I just felt like I guess I really should have read the fine print. Okay, so I need to go back and read. But I could have swore that it was more leaning towards digitizing. Um, but that's okay. It's no big deal, right? So, I have to be honest, I really didn't stay through the whole class because when I kind of saw that what we were gonna do, when I saw the agenda for the class, it was mostly just stitching out different designs on different materials, right? So one of the materials was a tea towel. Then they gave us like an apron. The apron was really nice. It was like a jean jacket apron. I gave it to my husband because he has been looking for a apron for quite some time. So I thought this would be perfect for Fred. I just need to find out what he wants me to embroider on it. So I just gave it to him, and he was kind of like, "Oh, this is what I want," and then he kind of took it with him. So I don't even know where he has it right now. I'll show you. But it was a really nice apron. It's pretty heavy and stuff like that. And then the other thing they gave us was some like little napkin towels. And I don't think I have it here. No, I don't. I don't have it here. But yeah, it was these little napkins. Yeah, I don't have it with me. But it was just they were like little cocktail napkins. They were just square and they had the hem stitch around them. Really cute and stuff. But the thing is, they were so cute that I just didn't want to that she was gonna have us stitch these kind of designs on them. And even though they are very pretty and it is a really nice design, I kind of, they're very good cocktail napkins. And I was figuring, you know what, I know how to embroider and stuff like that. I would prefer to put my own design on these cocktail napkins. So I didn't want to waste them and stuff like that. So I just sat around and just watched the class do their thing and stuff like that. And then I just decided, and I even told the teacher, hey, I prefer to just take the materials with me and I can do my own magic on them. So that kind of worked out. So those classes were okay. It wasn't that bad. Okay. Let me see. There is something else that I did. Here it is. Okay. So let me show you this. This class was a lot of fun. Okay. Well, this class was called The Little Big Mouth, right? And it was a sewing class. Now, the machines that we were sewing on, I think it was like a puff or pife, something like that. It was PIFF or something like that. And they were actually very good sewing machines, and I really liked them. They were okay, I have to admit, I kind of like the brother a lot better, but it's just that I'm used to that machine, right? So if you put me in front of another machine of another brand, you got to learn the machine, right? So threading that machine was very different than threading my brother SC1900. They're much bigger, much wider and stuff like that. So that was a little bit of a challenge. But this class, I really did enjoy. I thought it was a lot of fun. And we got to make this little pouch. And I thought this was so super cute, okay? And I was like, this is really cute. And what it was is she had a template that was in her class. And, she taught us step by step how to make this bag. And it was pretty cool because she had us use different types of stitches that were on the machine. So if you look on here, you kind of notice this is like a little it's just a what do you call it? It's just a little string, right, that stretches. And she used this type of stitching so that we could do like a zigzag design around it. So as you can see, it's like really, really cute, came out really nice. And then she had us do another decorative stitch on the side of the thing. And I really like the way they came out. She also had us stitch these together. And then when we kind of like fold them and pull them apart, you got to see, the little stitches right here. See how they all come out? These look really, really super cute. So I really did like that. And it's a cute little bag. Okay. So I was kind of like, this is really cute. And I think I'm going to make it again. And I'll probably give it out as little gifts because this is something where you can just put little stuff in there if you're traveling or something like that. Little jewelry or maybe a little makeup bag. You could probably make it a little bit bigger. So this was called the the little big mouth bag. And I thought this was like really mega cute. I thought it was really cute. So the classes that I took were okay. Okay. I will say, the Embrilliance, I kind of like blame myself on that because I took it because I thought I might learn something new. But I knew that going in, right? It said intro, right? And I know that I have the whole package of Embrilliance. I have all the modules. So there were a couple of, things that when she talked, how it is, like they say there's so many different ways to skin a cat. Well, I don't want to say that. That's like that, like a cat, animals. I don't like skinning cat, but there's so many different ways of doing the same thing, right? So there were times when she was giving the instruction and she was saying, oh, to do this, you can do it this way and stuff. And I knew other ways that you can accomplish the same thing. So I did have to, like, at first I was like, oh, you can do it this way. But I could kind of tell that she was getting a little annoyed because I was kind of, trying to say so. So I just said, let me shut up. This is her class. I got to respect her. So I just kept my mouth shut and let her teach. Everybody has a different teaching style. So, but I will say she did do a very good job. She taught the basics and all that kind of stuff and everything, but I just felt like there was a lot more that could have been shared. But let's be very truthful and honest, okay? There were a lot of questions. A lot of the students had a lot of questions because a lot of folks that were in there, I could tell they really were beginners. And a lot of the questions that they asked, it was really beginner questions. So sometimes when a lot of people in the class ask a lot of questions, that takes up time, right? Because you want to make sure that when you answer the questions, people do understand, what you're telling them. Okay. So that did take up a lot of the classroom time. And, it's just, I don't know. I just felt like, I thought I was going to get more out of it, but it was okay. It was okay for a beginner. If you don't know anything about Embrilliance and you're interested in knowing the Embrilliance, I do recommend the class. But one of the things that I'm glad that she did say is, honestly, you really don't have to take a class to learn Embrilliance. You can go on YouTube and you can do so much and just search. And there are so many classes out there in Embrilliance. I've done a couple of YouTube videos on how to use certain modules of Embrilliance, certain features and stuff like that. There are so many things that you can learn off of YouTube. So, I kind of wish, I did learn something, but hey, it's all good. I know my sister, I'm not sure if she has Embrilliance. I think she might have. I'm not too sure. But I know she did enjoy the class also and stuff like that. So it was really, really cool. So all right. So now that I talked to you guys about the classes and stuff, the vendors, okay, there were a lot of vendors over there. A lot of the vendors were usually the regular vendors that I have seen in the last 2 years that I have been there. Now I will say this, I felt like they were fewer vendors this year than they had been in the past. Okay, sometimes there have been more people there, but and I'm starting to worry about that. And when I met with some of you guys and we had dinner at Olive Garden, that is a discussion that we were kind of having at the table. We were talking about how there was a time when you used to go to these expos and you would see millions, well, not millions, but hundreds, lots of people that would go and attend. And you would see people would want to take more classes. You would see a whole bunch more vendors and stuff like that. I didn't see as many vendors as I have seen in the past. I'm starting to see like there's less and less people going. And one of the things that Ms. Banks said, which I was like, you know what? I think she has a very valid point, is that now you have people that are really like, they're getting information from YouTube, other sources. And also because you can now purchase so many things online that sometimes People just prefer to do that. Now, I ain't gonna, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Me and Nancy even had a discussion where we were walking around and we were looking at the different notions that they had available, like scissors, needles, stabilizers and stuff like that. Because I'm over here thinking, oh, maybe there's something that I haven't seen before and stuff. But one of the things that I did notice, the buyers were very, very money conscious this year, and me included, right? There were times when I would see a notion, and next thing you know, I would see a lot of people look at the notion and they would go on Amazon.com and they would go they would Google it on their phone to see if they could get the same thing at a better price. Now, one of the things that I saw there, which I was kind of like was really shocked, was I saw the iron that I have, which I have a Panasonic wireless iron, cordless. I'm sorry, not wireless, cordless iron. And it's an iron that I really like because when I'm ironing it, I'm not attached to any cord, right? It has like a heating base where I just put it on and it heats. And I saw one gentleman and he had like a whole wall full of those irons and he was selling them for about like $89. And when I saw that, I was like, that's not a bad price, especially for that iron. Because I believe I paid more than that from Amazon. Well, I will tell you, by Saturday, he was sold out. And which I wasn't surprised, because I was like, that's a really good price for that. So on some items, I did see that some things were a bargain. But then on other things, like some notions, like scissors and stuff like that, because I was looking at some scissors also. But I kind of saw that it was kind of like a here and there thing. Some places were overpriced and some places were priced pretty good. So you just had to really go in there and really look, and then honestly, just look and see if it really was worth the purchase and stuff. Now, the fabrics that they had there, a lot of people were selling fabrics, and I will tell you this, they were gorgeous fabrics. Okay, so very dangerous place to go if you tell yourself you're going there and you're not going to buy anything. I will tell you, behind me you're going to see fabric that I bought. Okay, fabric that I really don't need. Okay, but it was just so cute that I had to get it. Okay, and it was just like, whew, okay. So there's so many, and like Miss Banks had said when I first went with her, it's quality fabrics. It really is. It's very good quality fabrics. And I was like, okay, this is like really, really nice. I like it, and now it's like I'm addicted to really nice, thick quilting fabric. Now I go to Joann's or I go to Hobby Lobby and I pick up the fabric, and I'm okay with it, but I'm like I kind of like the best fabric. So now I'm like fabric bougie now, I guess. I don't know what it is. So but they had some beautiful, beautiful fabrics. They had bright colors, they had light colors. You could buy them by the yard. Now, one of the things that I was a little disappointed in was I wanted to see if someone was selling zipper by the yard. They had some, but I did not see any that to me kind of like stood out really like gorgeous. Like I needed to get it. They had little simple colors. And the thing is, they were not like big batches of yard, right? Because I was thinking, oh, maybe I could get like 5 or 10 yards or something like that. When I saw the zipper by the yard, it was like literally you got 1 yard, right? So I was like, okay, I thought maybe I could get something where I could tell them how many yards of zipper that I wanted. And then I was kind of hoping that I would see like a stand that had like a whole bunch of like different zipper pulls, right? Really pretty zipper pulls. And I couldn't find that either. So that was kind of like, oh, okay, no big deal. Now, let's look at some of the things that I did grab my hands on so that you guys can see. Okay, so first of all, like when you go in, right, if you paid for a class and stuff like that, you get to pick a bag, right? They did have 2 colors. They had the yellow one, which is that's the one that I picked last year. I loved it because it had all the women, and it to me it looked like diversity, right? And I love that. So I was like, oh, so I wanted the yellow one. Now they had the same yellow one. I have it here. Hold on, let me show it to you so you guys can see what it looked like. And it's the same one. Here it is. This is the one I picked last year. And I liked it because it was I really love the picture, right? Because it looked like diversity, right? And I just love that. So I was like, oh, this is like so cute. So I got this one. They had this bag this year too. But the thing is, I didn't want to have two of the same. So, but the other one was this one. So I said, okay, I'm going to go with the green then this time. And I loved it because it's pretty cute. It's pretty. And I'm like, okay, this will work, right? So I got my free bag last year when I went, because I had so many classes. I actually got this for free too. But let me come back a little bit. You know how I say I got this for free? No, you didn't really get it for free, okay? Because when you signed up for all those classes, you already paid for that bag, and you paid for this too. So this I got last year, which was like really cute. It's vinyl, and it's like a little zipper bag. Now the thing is, this year I only took 3 classes, right? The last year I took a whole bunch. Okay, I took every surgery class they had. Okay, so last year I got the bag, plus I got the project bag, which I thought this was pretty cute, and I should have used it to take my stuff this year, but really cute and stuff. So this was last year, but this year all I got was my little bag, which is fine. Okay, so I got that. One of the things also that I noticed, and I don't know if people were doing it because they were conscientious of it or what, but whenever I bought something from someone, I noticed that everyone had, or mostly everyone, every time I purchased something, I ended up with a reusable bag, which I thought was like awesome. And I was like, oh my God, this is really cute because it's something that you can use over and over again. And I thought that was pretty awesome. So I kind of like that because I am a little bit, environmentally conscious. Okay. So I thought that was like pretty cool that they were not I saw a lot of vendors were not using like regular plastic bags. So I thought that was a real big plus. All right. So here's the guide that I got. Okay. And it had a lot of stuff, like gives you about the floor plan and all that kind of stuff and everything. And all the folks that were there, the vendors and stuff like that, the usual stuff, advertisements and everything. One of the things that I didn't know that they had was, which I didn't do in the past years, my sister was the one that told me about it, is that if you go to the Sew and Quilt show, one of the things you do, that if you go inside the book, okay, look for this, and this is called the passport, right? So what you do is you go to each of these tables and you have them sign off that you visited their table. Once you have all of this signed off, you go to an actual booth, okay, and you get a free gift. So when I went there, what they did was they gave us clips, little sewing clips, which, I had a lot of, but hey, who needs, who doesn't need more, right? So I was like, okay, I'll take, it's free, so I was like, okay. So we did that. And, it was pretty cool. It really was pretty cool. Okay. So let me show you guys actually what I actually bought. Now, this I bought there. Let me show you this. Okay. This is something that I bought from one of the booths last year, right? And I really loved it because it was like a little sewing, and it's just a little notebook. That's all it is. And I was like, this is really cute. Well, the young lady that actually makes these, okay, and I'll tell you right now who she is. Oh, I don't know if you guys can make that out, but it's called Mariska Engineering, okay? And she makes these, and I just thought they were so awesome. And she was there again this year. So when I went, and of course I visited the booth again because I wanted to see what new stuff she had. So what did she have? Oh my gosh, she made the tote to match the book. So I had to, I had to get the tote. So I went, I said, this is too cute. And it has like, it has the magnetic clip inside. Okay, it has a little magnetic clip. It's a pretty big, really cute, cute, cute. And I was like, I love it. So I was like, okay. I even told her, I said, I bought your notebook last year and I had it with me. And I said, I just got to get the matching tote. So I went and I got that. So I thought this was so cute and I could not pass it off. There's just no way that I was going to be able to walk away from that booth without getting this bag. So, and do I have a lot of bags? Yeah, I do have a lot of bags. I didn't need another bag, but I just had to support my girl because I was like, this is just too cute not to buy. So got me another bag. Okay, I got that. And one of the things that I really loved too was she gave me a free sticker because she also sells stickers. So if you're interested in some of her stuff, a lot of her stuff is vinyl and she actually sells vinyl as well. So let me share you. This is the sticker that she gave me. And as you can see right there, this is her site. And she's actually an engineer by day. I mean, I was talking with her. She's an actual mechanical engineer. And one of the things that she says is she sews just to keep her sanity, And I was like thinking to myself, okay, so who doesn't sew to keep their sanity? I think that's why we all sew. We do it because it kind of brings us peace. You're kind of like in your project and you're just doing your thing. And it's a way to take you away to another world, right? So I thought the sticker she gave me was so cute. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put this sticker on my serger. And that is one of the things that my sister laughed at when she came to visit, because that was like the first time that my sister visited since I, started my sewing room and everything. And Nancy had such a great time in here. We and her had so much fun. And, and me teaching her how to use the machines and how to do embroidery. I embroidered 2 shirts for her. I did her hat. I did her shirts for the show, and for the expo, she wanted to dress up with her Gifts HQ stuff and everything, and we just had a really good time. I really wish we had took pictures and stuff like that, but you know what? I'm gonna make that weekend happen again with her. I don't care if I have to buy the airline ticket for her to come and visit again, but I had such a great time with her. I mean, sitting here and sewing together and messing around with the embroidery machines and everything. It's a memory I will always have. So, but one of the things she laughed at was she noticed, she said, all your embroidery machines, all your sewing machines have stickers on them. And I said, yeah, I kind of like them because I like the inspirational. Some of my stickers have inspirational sayings on them because sometimes you need that. You need that reminder to keep going and not give up and do your thing and just be happy in life, So, but we had such a great time. So this sticker, I already looked at it. It is pretty big. So what I plan on doing, and because it has a picture of a serger right on there, see, because it has it like a sewing machine right here, and then it has like a little serger right there. I'm actually going to put this one on my Airflow 3000. So this is going to go on my serger. Okay, so I have this as well. So, okay, so let's talk about fabrics, okay? Because I don't need fabrics. I have a lot of fabrics, okay? In my I have a bookcase that's over there. Let me move you over there. As you can see, that's a black bookcase that I have behind that you can see behind the multi-needle machine. That is all full with fabrics that I need to do something with, okay? I don't know what, but I need to do something, okay? But what does Jeanette do? Well, Jeanette goes and she buys more fabrics, all right? Because you know what? I guess you just never have enough fabric. Even though the fabric's just there. But I couldn't pass these up. This was a booth and it had 5-yard cuts plus a pattern, okay? And this is first of all, I really love the packaging, okay? And I'm going to tell you something. That is one thing that really kind of like when I was going around these booths, right? And I was watching how the fabrics were being laid out, how people were, selling their products and stuff, I was really paying attention because I know you guys that have watched me for quite some time know that when I talk about running my embroidery business and how to sell your items, you know how I come on, I always say, presentation is very, very important, especially when you are selling your items. Well, look at this. Okay. This is 5 yards and a pattern. And I'm going to tell you something. Look at the way they packaged up this fabric. Okay. You can see the different types of fabric on here. Okay. Look at how neat, how nicely it's packaged. Okay. So to me, I'm kind of like, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And this is what sells, honestly. If they could have had this really, like, if you had fabric like this all thrown out and everything like that, thrown on top of the table and stuff, trust me, I don't think a lot of people would have been buying it. But I'm going to tell you something. She had people all over her booth. They were pulling this stuff off that rack, and she was repopulating that rack. And I'm going to tell you, I love the way she did her packaging. Okay. So this is actually 5-yard cuts plus a pattern. Okay. And I love the fabric. You guys know where I live. I live, real close to a bunch of wineries and stuff like that. And I enjoy going to wineries. I really do. I wish me and Nancy had time so I could have taken her to one. But so because I always like to go to wineries and stuff like that, I said, you know what? I'm going to get fabric in that theme. So I got this one, which I thought was just gorgeous. Okay. And then I also picked up this other one. Okay. Which I thought was just as nice as well. Okay. Because I don't know if you guys can see, but right here, it has like a little wine glass. And it has the grapes, and it says wines, and right here it says Pinot and all that kind of stuff. So, and I just love the way the packaging they did with the packaging. Excellent work. I mean, wow. This is really, really nice. And this is really what I'm talking about when I talk about when you are, selling your products and stuff like that. Packaging is very, very important. Even when you're shipping them out, make sure you're packaging them very nicely. It doesn't have to be the most expensive stuff, but if you lay out your stuff really nice, customers really do appreciate that. And it kind of shows too how you care for your items. Trust me. Okay. So, these came, as you got your package of the fabric that you wanted, right? On there, she had different types of sewing patterns, right? So when you bought a package, you got to tell her what type of sewing pattern you wanted, right? Did you want to do a quilt and all that kind of stuff? So what she did is for every package you bought, you got to pick a sewing pattern, and she would go ahead and she would put the package in there. So for one of these, I got a quilt. This is a quilting. It's called Spin Me Round Half Pack Quilts. So I went and I got this, and I was like, this is a really simple quilt. Now, I'm not a fancy quilter. My sister is the quilter in the family. She loves to quilt, let me tell you. And she enjoyed sewing on my Juki quilting machine. Okay. I'll show you what she did later on and stuff like that, because she was here trying out all my machines and everything. So this quilt I thought was pretty something that I could do, because it's kind of like straight cuts. It's not nothing fancy and stuff like that. So I figured I could kind of do that. Do you have a website or a company name? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Yes. I saw that. Debbie, here it is. The Sassy Sunflower. That's the company name. Is it? Yeah. The Sassy Sunflower. This is the company name. And yeah, so I got this pattern, okay, for one of the quilts, okay. I don't know which I'll do first. And then they also had a tote bag. So I figured, oh my God, that would be really cute for me to make a tote bag with this type of fabric, so that way I could use the tote bag when I go to the wineries. So I asked for the project, the pattern to do the tote bag. Now, one of the things that I was thinking about when I saw the tote bag that they had on display, I was looking at it and it looked very familiar to some of the tote bags that Vanessa teaches on the Crafty Gemini. So I was thinking maybe what I'm going to do is, I'm not much of a reader. You guys know I'm horrible at following instructions. My sister laughs at me all the time. So, because I always mess up. So one of the things that I did was, I got it, but I think what I am going to do is I'm probably going to iron all of this, and I'm probably going to look at Vanessa's lessons, and I will probably do one of her tote bags using this type of fabric because I think this is cool. So I really did like these packs. Now I will say they're not on the cheap side, okay, because each of these packets were $39.99, okay, but it's 5 yards, okay. There were 5 yards plus a pattern. So to me, I was like $40 for 5 yards and a pattern. I don't think it was that bad of a deal. And then I did kind of feel the fabric too. It is good quality fabric. So I was kind of like, okay, so I can do that. So, it didn't feel like thin or anything like that, or cheap or stuff like that. So I was like, this is good. Okay. So I was like, I'm happy with this. Now, what else did I get? Okay. So what I ended up doing, and this has already been cut. I saw this lady last year, and I did look at her stuff, but I didn't get anything. I have a girlfriend who finally is pregnant. Okay, my girlfriend Sarah. Her and her husband have been trying for a very, very, very long time to have a baby, and finally they got their blessing. So she is having a baby boy, and she should be giving birth around February. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to make like a whole bunch of baby stuff for her, right? So I saw this lady, and she had these patches. They're kind of like patch, and they're cute. It's like they come in like a set, and it's stuff that you can take and you can just sew them all together, and you can make a quilt, right? They're like chili squares, they call them. And this is from, her name is Kathy Patchworks, okay? And so I ended up getting this set so that I can make a baby blanket for my girlfriend Sarah, for the baby. One of the things that I want to do is I'm going to sew this quilt together. I'm going to put batting behind it, and I want to get like a really nice fabric for behind. And then what I'm also going to do is I want to embroider the fabric with the baby's name. And I thought this would make a really cute gift, something different, something that I kind of made from scratch. She will not be able to find this anywhere. Of course, I'm going to make a whole bunch of other baby blankets for the baby as well, because I like to do the heirloom baby blankets. So I'm going to do that. But I figured this would be something fun for me to sew for her and the baby. So I got this. So I already spent, before I went on the live today, I already went and I took this ruler, and what I did was on each of these squares, I just laid it on, and then I just cut all the way around. So that way they're nice and even, and then what I can do is I can sew them. So I'm planning on tomorrow, I will probably close the door so that way Mello doesn't like come in and stuff like that. I'll probably lay these down, and then I'll see what kind of pattern I want for the baby blanket, and then I'll sew it together. So I already videotaped me cutting these up, and I will videotape me putting these on the floor and trying to figure out how I'm going to do it, and then sewing them together. I'm a little nervous about doing it because I am not a great quilter. Okay, like I said, my sister is a quilter, not me. But I think it's going to be fun trying it. And I think no matter what the outcome is going to be, I think Sarah's going to love it, because she's probably going to be like, oh my gosh, you made that for me. So and I think it's going to be great. So and I will tell you this, she had so many cute squares at her shop all over the place. And she even had samples of blankets and stuff like that that you can make. I was really intrigued, and I am really surprised that I only brought one batch for one baby blanket, because I was really tempted to buy more. I really was, because they were just really cute. So let me show you how some of these look, so that you can see what is actually in this pack. Okay, so because I kind of put them all in order so you get to see. So I have a bunch of this style in this pack. Okay, so I thought this was really cute because, you know, it's gonna be a boy, so I figured I'll get all the blues. And then in this pile, then you have a little bit of beige in there. Okay, then you have a little bit of blue again, which is like this kind. Okay, so I'm like, oh, this is cute. And then you have a couple of these. I wish she gave me more of this type, but it's okay. I can put these on the outer. Okay, so I got these. This is really cute too. And then a lot of this type. Okay, these. Okay, so, and I will tell you, I mean, they're all kind of different. Okay, they have like different styles and stuff like that. So I kind of like it because they do fray a lot. So as you can see, as I'm holding them, you see that some of it kind of like falls right off. But I'm sure that once I sew it all together, that fraying is going to stop, right? So, I'm not going to worry too much about that. But this is like the whole stack. And she said that one of these is enough to make a baby blanket, right? So I'm pretty excited. So I know I'm going to have to, lay out the squares to see how I kind of want it to look like. And then I'm just going to have to put them together, sew them together and stuff. And then I have to put the batting behind it, the, whatever backing I'm going to use on it, and then bind it. Okay, so it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be my very, 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 very first quilt. So it's going to be kind of like special. So, I'm excited about this. Okay, so let me see. Another thing, because I'm going to be quilting this, right? It's all about straight lines. And for you guys that have watched me for some time know that I struggle with the freaking straight line. Okay, I have gotten sewing guides. I have done everything. But what am I doing now? Well, let me show you what I got to try to help me a little bit. Okay, so guess what I got? I got a sew laser. Okay, so I already installed it on my SC1900. Okay, and I have it on my SC1900. And I was thinking, I even went and bought another base, so that way I could kind of switch it from my SC1900 to my Juki TL 2010. Cute. So because I got a quilting machine. Now, one of the things that Nancy told me that I had no idea about quilting machines is she talked about the plate of the sewing machine. She said if you get a regular sewing machine, you try to do quilting on it, the plate, the little hole that the needle goes in there, is kind of like a little more bigger. But if you go to an actual quilting machine like the Juki quilting machine that I have, she said if you look at the hole on the plate, it's just a very little tiny hole. And she said sometimes what happens is that quilters love those types of machines because the fabric won't shift. I didn't know that. I'm not a quilter. So I was just like, oh, okay. So I'm glad that I got the extra base, because now that she mentioned that, I'm actually going to put this laser, okay, this sewing laser thing on the Juki, okay, and I'm going to use that as I sew my quilt. Okay, that way I can try to be as straight as possible. So this is called Sew and Laser, okay, and if you guys are interested, here's the website. It's on the sticker and stuff like that. So it's actually pretty cool because they demonstrated it to me at the sewing shop, and I do have it on here. So you know what, I'm gonna move you guys so you guys can see how it looks, okay, and stuff like that. But before we do that though, and don't let me forget in the chat, okay, just in case I do forget, But let me show you guys what my sister did while she was here and stuff, because she was playing around with my machines. Okay, I got this here. I'm gonna put this here. Okay, so she was messing around with my machines. Well, she came home and she gave me this when she arrived. She gave me this. I think you guys probably have seen her in one of her lives sewing this. And she did this for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish it off with some batting, and I'm actually going to bind it. And I think what I'm gonna do with this is I'm actually gonna hang it on my wall. That's what I'm gonna do with that. I kind of forgot to ask her to sign it because I kind of wanted her to sign her name on one of the blocks and stuff like that. But I'll get her to sign it at a later time because I'm sure I'll see her again. And then she had so much fun on the Juki that I had a pack of squares from Missouri Star because I did the Christmas box from Missouri Star, and I had a bunch of these squares. So she just took them real quick and she was sewing like crazy, and she sewed all of this on my Juki. So she did one of these and she did another one of these. So you could tell she was having a lot of fun. Okay, so she did all squares on here, which pretty simple. But as you could tell, Nancy gets a little advanced at times. Okay, she goes a little bit, she gets a little crazy sometimes. So she then did these little diamond things. So she is really into this stuff. Okay. So she left these, and I'm sure I'll just finish them off. They're like little runners or something like that. And I'll probably finish them off, put some batting behind it, and I'll put some binding on it. So that way, I'll probably use them during Christmas time and stuff because she sold them and she did them pretty quick. She really did. I mean, she's pretty good at what she does. All right, so let's move over to the SC1900 because I kind of want to show you this this sewing thing. Okay, so I'm going to take the laptop and I'm going to move it a little bit. I kind of unplugged you guys, so I know I have enough of, oops, let me get this right here. Okay, so I'm going to screw you over here, and I'm going to, okay, you're here at the SC1900, and I'm going to turn this on. And I'm going to show you this thing. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see. You see the line already? This has a line, guys. Okay, I want to see because sometimes, you know, you guys can't see. But see how it has like a line already. And, you know, this is the thing. This is the laser thing that I got. And as you can see, you stick it right here on the machine. It has all these things. And see, and then you can move the line how you want it. You know, you can move this. See how you move it and stuff. And then what I love about this is, like, let's say, well, this is a piece of paper, but let's say you're sewing. You put this right on there and you see your line right there. And that's where you sew. So I am, you know, I'm kind of like, oh, and then this has it where it has like this little thing here. So you can adjust your line to exactly where you need it to be. And then you just tighten this right here, this little knob right here, you just tighten it. So that way your line doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't move, and then you can just go ahead and just keep sewing. Isn't that cool? So I saw that and I was kind of like, okay, because as you can see, I have this sewing guide too, right? I bought so many different sewing guides to try to keep me to go straight. I know what my issue is. My sister kind of told me, she said, you keep looking at the needle. Why are you looking at the needle? She keeps telling me, you're not supposed to look at the needle. Look at your fabric and where is the line on the foot. That's where you need to be focused on. But for some reason, always looking at the freaking needle. And it's true what she says. The needle's not going anywhere. It's going to the same spots, just going up and down. So what are you doing? So I always end up messing up. It's like I'll start with a straight line, and the next thing you know, you'll see a little curve in there and stuff like that. So it's like, and then I bought this thinking this is going to help me. I'm going to just put the fabric under here, just hit it against this and stuff like that. Still mess it up. Okay, so when I saw this, because she came out, she said, you want to try that? You want to try the thing? So I said, okay. So I got this, and then because this has this base that's right on here, I told them, okay, I want an extra base. So, you know, you pay for the extra base, of course. So I bought the extra base so that way I can remove the laser from here and I can take it over to my Juki machine, and then I can use it there too if I need to. And so we'll see how this works and stuff like that. So, yeah, but I'm pretty excited about this. So that's the stuff that I got, guys. I thought it was okay. Now, in the future, will I be going again in the future? I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know, because the thing is, I have gone there, right? And this is my third time going, even though I loved it. And one of the highlights for me this year, honestly, was really honestly just spending time with Nancy. That was really the whole highlight of the whole trip for me, because me and Nancy don't get to really see each other often, and we don't really get to spend a lot of time together. So to me, her making that trip and stuff like that, that meant everything to me. So that was like really like super super big for me. But the thing is, like I said, the vendors were really mostly the same. There was a vendor that we were looking to see if she was there, and it was a vendor that usually sells tea towels. She was not there, and we kind of like wondered about it, because the economy's kind of changed, right? And I know that those spots at those expos, for those little vendor spots, they are pricey. They are pretty pricey. They're not cheap. So I don't know if maybe the prices went up a little too high, or just probably prefer to sell online, because there's just a lot of things. So many things are changing now. I noticed that. Even like get-togethers and all that kind of stuff. People really, they're not going to these expo events as much as they used to. People are very conscientious, rightfully so, though. With their money, they should be. I mean, like I said it before, everything's going up with the paycheck, right? So it's like it's kind of hard. So yeah, so let me put you back over here, because I really wanted you guys to see that let me turn it off, that laser, because I thought the laser was pretty cool. Okay, shut this off. Okay, so I thought that was pretty cool. So let me tell you something else that I found, which I thought is really interesting. I'm gonna look into this. I thought this was pretty cool. I am going to, sorry about that, guys. I know I got you all over the place. Someone was giving out these things, and it's called Sweet and Soul Retreat Center, and it's somewhere in Pennsylvania. And when you look behind, it says this is the price, like $650 per night for 2 nights, minimum 2 nights booking. Okay, and capability is 14. Okay, so I was kind of like, oh, okay. So I don't know. It looks pretty interesting to me. It looks okay. I was kind of like, I went with my girlfriends this past year to a cabin. And I will tell you, the cabin was gorgeous. It's just, I don't know. I guess I was in a funk that weekend and stuff, because I felt like, I don't know. I just felt kind of way. I don't know. But anyway, we went. The cabin was beautiful. Okay. It was really, really beautiful. But one of the things that I kind of wish was that I love my friends. Don't get me wrong. But I kind of wish I was there alone in a way, because it was a beautiful atmosphere. Hi, Mello. Oh, here he goes. Okay. You want to make your little debut? There you go. Oh, you okay? Got a little itch going on? All right. So he's got a little itch going on. All right. Okay, Mello. You're fine. All right. So anyway, I would have wanted to go alone, because it was a beautiful place. And it looked like a place where you could just go and just relax. It was a wooded area, beautiful views, and all that kind of stuff. And it's something that I would have loved to have done alone, just gone there, maybe taken my sewing machine too, and just had a relaxing weekend by myself to just breathe and just enjoy the views and everything like that. But because I was with a bunch of my girlfriends, of course, everyone's laughing, joking, drinking, having a good time. So, the peace, that peacefulness that I wanted, it wasn't there. But it was a girls' trip, right? So, it is what it is. But, I was looking at this and I was kind of like, oh, this is pretty cool. Okay. And I was kind of, it reminded me of the cabin trip that I took with my girlfriends. And I was like, this would probably be, it's a really cute, looks cute. I don't know if you guys can see. It looks really cute. They got some double beds in there and stuff like that. Yeah, this looks like it was triple bed, double bed sofa. Yeah, it's like a little sewing retreat. And then look at this picture. I don't know if you guys can see this picture right here. It looks like they have like a bunch of like sewing tables over here, stuff like that. So I don't know, I'm gonna look into it and I'm gonna see, get more information about it. They also have right here next to it, I saw they have a place called Sew in Place. Okay. And it looked like, quilt machine and sewing campaigns, and it had a sewing museum. So I was like, this is pretty cute place to visit and stuff. So I was thinking, looking at all the vintage sewing machines from the olden days and stuff, that would probably be a very interesting. And oh boy, oh god, that's what, there you go, lots of fabric. Okay, so and oh wow, it looks like they got long arms in there too and stuff like that. So yeah, so they got a lot of good stuff. And then oh, okay, it looks like this is the campground. So it looks like this is the area where it would have all the sewing machines and stuff, all the tables, so that way you can sew. And this would be the house where everybody just spends the night and stuff. So that looks pretty cool. So I'm just gonna look into it and stuff and see if this is something that maybe a couple of us can do. I'm not sure. I mean, I'll just see because like I said, things are pretty expensive now and stuff, and I don't know if people would have money to go out on a retreat and stuff like that. But one of the things that we did talk about when we were staying in Olive Garden was, me and Nancy are definitely interested in going to the Quilt Town in Missouri Star, and visiting Quilt Town over there. Never been. I've seen pictures of it, of the town, of all the stores and all the sewing machines, and I'm sure the fabric there is just beautiful. I would love to make a trip out there. So I think me and Nancy are probably going to get together and see if we can do something, like maybe spend a week there or something like that. And if we decide we're going to definitely do something like that, then probably what we'll do is we'll let you guys know in case just trying to get the extension cord, just in case someone wants to join, and go the same week that we're going, and we can just like hang out and stuff like that. So we'll let you guys know and stuff like that. Another thing too, I noticed whenever I went to one of the classrooms, I just noticed this sitting here, they would put little pocket guides from Swartz, from the needles. Okay. And I really like this. I mean, this is not the needle that I use. I usually use organ needles, but I really liked the way Swartz had packaged this information up. As soon as you open this, I mean, it has the different types of needles, the specialty needles that they have as well. Okay. Which I thought, let me make it real close so you guys can see. I thought this was really handy I have to tell you, I don't know if Oregon's watching this, but if you are, I'm telling you to have a little booklet like this about your needles, okay? About what needle to use for what type of fabric and the different types. I mean, they got everything: double eye needle, metallic needle, the jersey ballpoint needle, the gold, the jeans needle, the embroidery needle, the super fine needle. I mean, it's like, and then I really loved that they even put their color coding on a page and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty neat too, because there's a lot of times when even I myself, whenever I'm sewing or I'm doing embroidery or something, and I'm looking to do something, and I need to do I need to find out what type of needle to use, what type of size, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it can get a little daunting, right? And I kind of, I'm like, now I could use Swartz on my machines, but I kind of prefer the Oregon kind because I kind of buy them by bulk. But I have a feeling that I could get these by bulk too. And I do have a couple of these needles in my drawer. So I think what I'm going to do is I am actually going to try to use those needles on my multi-needle machines and see how they work. And if they work just as good, um, I guess I'll just be going with whoever has the best price then, right? So, but yeah, so let me put this back here because I don't want to mess these up at all. I'm sorry. I stepped on his tail. You okay, Mello? I'm sorry. You're all right, boo-boo? I'm sorry. Okay. You're okay, right? All right. You're okay. But thanks for letting me know. Sorry. Okay, so poor little guy. All right, so all right, you want to come here? All right, come on, right here. All right, you want to say everybody see you? Look at that. Yeah, you go ahead. You tell him. She almost stepped on my tail. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's giving me the evil eye, guys. Did you see that? The evil eye. Giving me the evil eye. He's mad. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? I love you too. I know. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I know. I know. I love your tail. I know. You got a gorgeous tail. We'll keep it. Okay? All right, guys. So let me go through the chat and say hi to you guys. So I wanted to share with you guys tonight about my experience with the sewing quilt and stuff. And I will say one of the bad things about it was I missed my Mellow. I did. I missed this little guy. So and he's not really little. He's 80 pounds. But yeah. So okay, you okay, Mellow? You okay? You okay? I tell you, boy, he gets mad if I get if I'm close to that tail. Yeah. And so he enjoyed having my sister around too. So let me go down the chat and say hi to you guys and answer any questions and stuff like that. See how see how things are going and stuff. Okay, I see Debbie. I see Marlene. How you doing? I see Robin. How are you? Hey, Baby Giant Services. How you doing? Hey, Rita. How are you? Hey, Karen. Hey, Miss Masters. How are you doing? Let's see. Angela and Stitches. How you doing, hon? Hey, RG Fringy. How are you? Eartha. I see Cynthia. Miss Iris. How was your let's see. How was your trip? Hello, group. Hope you all weathered the storm and made it safe. Yes, boy, we had a lot of bad weather, especially those guys are in Florida. I hope everybody is doing okay and stuff like that. It's you get a lot of storms out there, I tell you. We got a lot of rain out here in Virginia also and stuff. We were supposed to have some construction done in our home, and the construction got a little delayed because it rained a lot over here. But I finally got a new construction date. So yeah, so they'll be starting construction soon this month in October in the middle. So we're pretty excited about that. Hey, Judy Bauer, how are you? Came a little way, and what you bought, Jeanette? Now, I will tell you this. I did not buy a machine. And let me tell you about the machines, okay? I did not mention the machines at all. they had some great they had Juki out there, they had Brother out there, they had Marina out there. I did play around with some of the machines, but I saw the new Brother machine. $18,000 was the cost of that machine. And then I started to look at the other machines, and I said, well, how much is the Luminaire 3 and how much is the Luminaire 2? And then started going down and stuff like that. Those machines can get so pricey, guys. I was really like amazed. Now, I ain't gonna lie, they're beautiful. They are beautiful machines, okay? But they're huge. I had no idea how big they are. They take up a whole table. I was like, wow, they're huge, they're long. I was just like, wow. I mean, I was really amazed. But when and I ain't gonna lie, my hands were itching, and I was like, do I want to buy another machine? But I really can't. I can't buy a machine. I don't need another machine. I got my Juki. I got my SC 1900. They both sew very well. I got two sergers. I got two serger machines, and I've got multi-needle machines in here. Now, the multi-needle machines are the machines that I use the most. That and the SC 1900. The Juki and the sergers, I use them from time to time. But the ones that mostly are on all the time is my embroidery machines, because I do a lot of embroidery for folks around here locally. So like tomorrow I have another big order for the same customer with the dog, and I have some new designs that that Billy is working for me in digitizing. So for that same customer. So there is just, I mean, the orders are really coming in, and I think custom orders, I'm going to have to stop for a little bit, because we're already in October and November's going to hit, and people are going to want those dinner napkins. And then December comes and people are going to want those Christmas gifts. So I know the Etsy shop is really usually going to be very, very busy. So I'm going to have to really, look at the sales that are coming in through my Etsy shop. And then I'm going to have to balance them correctly with my local sales. Okay. Because people do come in a lot and they ask for their, stockings to be embroidered. I've gotten blankets to be embroidered, their scarves, their beanies, jackets, tote bags, backpacks. I mean, you be amazed. A lot of times people come. And what's really great, one of the things that I do tell people is, sometimes people say, oh, you're not going to make a lot of money during embroidery. Well, yeah, you kind of do. You do very well, okay? Because what happens is a lot of these companies, they're so focused on the big orders where they come on, they tell people, well, we'll do embroidery for you, but the minimum quantity is 50. I don't have a minimum quantity. Okay. If you have one thing, then just tell me what you need. And I'll give you a price and I'll embroider it for you. It's not a big deal. I mean, I had a customer yesterday come and drop off 2 towels, and I embroidered them for him, and they're downstairs ready for him to pick up. So, it's very, very profitable. So, but buying more machines, I think I'm good with what I have right now. If I do get another machine, it will be to replace one that I already have. And I have to be honest, I'm a little bit attached to my SC 1900 because I really do love that machine. And I love my Juki machine. I don't see myself saying bye-bye to any of those machines. So I think they're going to be staying with me. Okay. So, yeah. So, let's see. I'm going to keep going down. Let's see. Oh, Robin, I hope everything's okay with you. I see a lot of people asking about how you're doing. I hope you're doing fine. Hey, Deborah, how are you? How you doing? Let's see. And Angela and Stitches say, oh, sorry. It says, I love my serger. I make children's clothing with the serger. It's my primary machine. Oh, Carly Belly offers self-paced and brilliance courses for $97. But I'm sure that her classes are great. But the thing is, for me, there's so many lessons on YouTube for free. They really are, you know. So to me, it's like, you know, I always go to the Brilliance YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So the YouTube, um, everything is I've been self-taught. So to me, it's like I actually bought the class because one of the ladies at the table brought up a very good point. You know, if you don't take a class when you go to these expos and stuff, you got to pay an entrance fee, right? But if you just buy a class, and sometimes with the class you're learning something, right, and you get to make a project or something like that, that when you buy that class you automatically pay for the entrance fee too. So it's like you're getting the entrance fee plus you're getting the class. So to me, that was why I said, oh, that's so true. So I'm really glad I did the classes and stuff like that. So yeah. But hey Marsha, how you doing? Hey Allison, how are you? um Yep, YouTube is very greedy. Well, you know, okay, YouTube is greedy, but Angela, actually the commercials do help the YouTubers, because that is how the money is generated and stuff like that. So, yeah, but it's kind of like a balance, I guess. I don't know. But anyway. But let's see. No winners to make you come to Florida. Well, you know, I know I'm gonna go to Florida. I was talking to my sister about going. She mentioned also that the quilt show at Florida was actually better, and it was bigger than the one in Virginia. So I'm thinking about maybe trying that out and stuff. Hey Big Fake, how are you? How you doing? Hey Tina, how you doing? Let's see. Hey Nevlin, how are you? Hey Becky, how you doing? And Becky, let me tell you something. I was walking around with the bag you made me, okay? Because you have to carry your scissors, and you have to bring your own supplies to the classes. So I was carrying around that bag you gave me for Christmas, and I'm gonna tell you something, people are asking me about it, and I just was showing it off. Okay, so just so you know, okay. Oh my goodness, I love that bag you gave me. I mean, it's like awesome. Hey Mary Beth, how are you? Hi Vanessa, how are you doing? Oh, the Junior. Oh my God, that's my cousin's wife. How you doing? Nice to see you. Okay. Let's see. Iris, how are you? Hey Karen, how you doing? Hey Leslie. Let's see. Coaching, the little pouch. Okay, everybody's talking about the pouch. Um, Oh, let me see. Okay, depending upon the fabric choice, the bag can be personalized. It would make a nice gift. Yes, it would. But Angela, I'm going to tell you something. When I make that bag, it's going to be for me. If you're talking about that bag that I'm planning on making with that wine fabric, I want that for myself. Oh my God. I really love it, because where I live, you know, there is a lot of wineries out here, and I really enjoy visiting the wineries. I love them because they're very relaxing. You know, I have a very stressful job. My job is go 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 go. So a lot of times when I am home, which is probably why I believe that I got into this for the sewing, is because it kind of takes you into your own little world. Well, I also like to go to wineries because the wineries take me to my own little world too, and I would love to have a little wine bag with me. So yeah, but I'm going to be greedy this time and very, very selfish. And I'm going to use that fabric for me. Okay. So, yeah. So, oh, Marlene, I'm sorry to hear that. She said her husband's been sick for a week, bad cough. I hope he gets better real soon. Um, hey, Joyce, how are you? Um, of course, you learned something. You learned you could teach the class. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Debbie. I that is something that I am seriously considering. Okay. As you guys know, I will be retiring in less than 2 years. And when I retire, one of the things that I'm going to be doing with this business is I am going to be taking it full time. I already have developed a business plan, and I already know exactly what steps I'm going to be taking. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of changes when I actually hit that retirement button, because all this that you see behind me is going to go to a whole other level, because I'm thinking long term. So I already have a strategy in place. I got my business plan. I'm not sharing it with anyone yet but it's going to be really big. My sister kind of has an idea of what I plan on doing because I did talk to her about it. And it's something that I'm definitely going to be doing for sure. And and teaching is one of them. Okay. I'm very good friends with a lot of folks that own quilt shops. And one of the things is I have been approached several times about teaching because I do love to teach people how to do embroidery and how to do sewing. And I have told them that, I would definitely love that opportunity. The only thing is that right now, because my time is very, very, thin, it's not something that I can really do. And if I commit to something, I really want to give it my all. So one of the things that I told them was that I will definitely consider that when I hit the retirement. Right now, the business that I am running is doing extremely well. Okay, and like I said, my time is very thin. Get up in the morning, I go to work, and right when I get off work, I come home. I have to get myself together, and then I have to turn these machines on. And these machines are really they're they're on, and it's like I'm pushing out these orders. I get orders online, I get them locally. And I'm always meeting with customers. I have a lot of customers that come visit me at home when I get home from work, so I can talk to them about their requirements and stuff. So I get really busy. So right now, teaching is not something that I can really put on my plate. However, though, once I retire, that is something that I can definitely do, and it is something that I do have in my business plan as something that I want to offer people, because I think this is something that is really, really great. And I think a lot of people would benefit from it. So trust me, it is something that I'm definitely going to consider for sure. Let's see. YouTube is very informative, but you don't get the personal interaction with people. And that is very, very true. And the thing is it also depends on the personality, right? Some people teach in different styles. Okay. Some people are very detailed in their teaching, and some people will teach, but they kind of skip some steps. So it really depends on how the person teaches and how you learn. So, that's why, to me, I really find that YouTube has a lot of different personalities. You just have to find the person that really teaches the way you can really learn and stuff like that. What is Notions? Okay, Notions, Marlene, are like tools that you use to sew. Like, for instance, a seam ripper. A seam ripper would be considered a Notion. Let me see. Cleaning brushes are a Notion. Let me see. Let me go through my little tile thing, and I'll show you exactly. We'll pick up a couple of Notions, and you can see what it is that I'm talking about. Let me move my stuff over. Okay, so here I'm gonna move over my little bin. Okay, and I'm gonna show you what Notions are. So Notions are really little knickknacks and stuff like that people use to, little tools you use to sew, right? Like okay, like let's say you could say this is a Notion, okay, because you use this to hold your threads, okay? Thread hugger. This is a Notion. Some people use this so that when they're sewing, instead of taking out an iron and actually flattening out the fabric, people will use this so that they just roll over on the fabric. So that's a Notion as well. So it's really just a term that people use to talk about the different knickknacks of things that you use for sewing. Okay, so hope that kind of helps a little bit. Okay. I see a pile on the table behind you. Yes, and that was all that fabric that I bought. I tell you. I'm a little bit disorganized right here. Let me get a little organized. Here you go. There you go. I don't like my office, my place a little bit disorganized here. Hey, crafty Puerto Rican. Oh my God, I wish you were able to go. The whole Embrilliance playlist on YouTube. It includes everything. Essentials, level 1, 2, 3, digitizing. Exactly. And that's why to me, it's like, I have actually also have taken the route where I have actually paid for some classes. And I will tell you, I learned more, and this is just me, it's just personal. This is a personal thing. Everyone learns different, but I agree with Craft Puerto Rican for me, okay? I have learned more watching the YouTube videos regarding Embrilliance than the class that I paid for. I mean, I thought that I kind of wasted $100 on that. You know what I'm saying? I should have just kept with my YouTube. And one of the things that I really love with the YouTube is you can always play them back and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't cost you anything. Even though I know that if you buy a class online, you can always play those back also. But some people do also pay for classes and they go in person. So it just depends on how you learn. It also depends on who is teaching the class, because everybody's personality is different and learning styles and teaching styles are different as well. Okay. So yeah, totally agree. There you go, Marlene. Scissors, pins, needles, all the stuff to help you sew. They just call them notions. And don't feel bad. I didn't know what the hell that meant either. Somebody had to teach me. I was like, notion? What the hell's a notion? And then it would say, oh, it's a scissor. I'm like, why don't you just say it's a scissor? But it's a term. It's a sewing term. So, okay. Was the guy with the irons Joe with French European? I don't know who he was. Marsha, I didn't really talk to the gentleman. All I saw was that he had like a cart and he had the Panasonic cordless iron. And it was the same exact one that I use. I've had mine iron now. I've been using it for over 4 years and I really do love it. Now, some people have a difference of opinion on that iron, okay? I use it for a quick iron. Now, it's not one of those irons that you can take off of the base and leave it off the base forever and it's going to stay hot. Some people have the complaint that it doesn't get hot enough or that it doesn't stay hot long enough. For me and what I do is sufficient, okay? I'm just not a fan of the cord. Now, when I am ironing and I do need something to be extremely hot and I need it to stay hot, because let's say I'm ironing a bunch of dinner napkins before I go to embroider them. In that situation, what I will do is I will take out my big ironing board and then I will take out the iron that is corded, of course, and then I would use that because it is consistent heat and it's something that I can go ahead and just iron quickly all of the dinner napkins before I start the embroidering process. But if it is something small, like I'm in the middle of sewing something and I just want to sew the fabric and stuff, the cordless iron does work for me, okay? So it really just depends on how you are using the iron. That will kind of determine what's the best one for you. I know my sister Nancy has the Smart Iron. I know it starts with the letter I. I think it's Islo or something like that. And it's the type of iron that is corded. Okay, it's not a cordless one. However, it's the type of iron that when you put it down, it kind of lifts up on its own. So that way you never kind of burn the surface. So you don't have to hold it up or anything like that. I just have a regular iron. I didn't get anything fancy like the one that she got. For embroidering and stuff like that, if I ever have to do ironing, I usually use my cordless one because it works fine. But if I do have to iron large amounts of fabric and stuff like that, I actually just go to my bedroom and I pull out the large ironing board, and then what I do is I go ahead and then I just iron. I use a regular corded iron because of the consistent heat. So I hope that kind of helps. But I don't know if the guy that was selling them, if his name was Joe. But I'm gonna tell you something. If it was Joe, he made a good sale because he had a whole rack of those things. And on Saturday when I went and I passed by, I don't even think he had a box left. That rack was empty. Okay. He had some boxes around them, but I just looked really quick. But I tell you what, they were all gone. So it's like he did pretty good. He made a good sale on that. That's for sure. I thought that she was going to refrain from buying this. Okay, Iris, come on now. You calling me out. Girl, let me tell you something. How you going to go to a quilt show and not spend $1? I mean, well, I didn't buy a machine. I'll tell you that. I was not going to spend. I'm not going to lie. It was a gorgeous machine. It a lot of functionality and everything like that. But the thing is, for what I do, okay, I mean, if I get another machine, it's going to be another one of these babies. Okay, I'm sorry. For $18,000, I will go and I will get myself another one. And I need 2 more. That is something that I have in the plan. I need to buy more machines. So, I do plan on buying 2 more embroidery machines, but that's part of my business plan. So that's going to be after retirement. So yeah. So it's there's going to be a lot of changes and stuff that I'm going to have going on and stuff like that. Cause I've already had that discussion with Fred. He's on board with it. I even ran the plan over with my sister to talk about it. Cause I'm just trying to poke holes on it, because my whole thing is, if you're going to take a risk, you want to make sure that you look at all the angles and stuff. And I think that's part of me of like what I do at my job. I am a strategic planner. I'm one of those that I like to analyze everything to death. So I'm going to be looking at my plan to make sure that I think of all the possibilities and also see how I'm going to handle things as they come. So I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, I think if I do end up investing in some more machines, it will be more of my big boys right over here, because my orders are getting larger and gotta fill those orders. That's for sure. So, all right. So let's see. I would be in trouble attending. Yeah, I'm telling you. Was Annie there? She sells zips by the yard. I don't know if she was there. I will tell you this, Marsha. I did not. I saw a rack with zips by the yard, but it was not. It wasn't like a huge amount. Okay, so what I ended up doing was I said, I was talking to my sister about it, and she said, well, you can always get zipper by the yard from Amazon, and you could probably, there's so many places online. And that's the other thing too, is because you can buy so many things online. Online stores are a good thing, but at the same time, it has really been very competitive for folks that want to sell items locally. I mean, it's really is challenging because, when you buy stuff online, right, sometimes they don't have the overhead cost that some vendors do have. Like, for instance, a storefront, right, they have to pay rent, and they're paying electricity. There's a lot of costs, a lot of administrative costs that go into owning a shop. So because of those administrative costs, they have to be covered. And what ends up happening is they have to pass on those costs to someone, right? So who are they going to pass it on? They're going to pass it on to the customer. So the same thing with these vendors that you see in these sewing and quilt show. So a lot of times when I looked at some of the items that they were selling, they were things that I know that I could purchase somewhere else, probably at a cheaper price. But the thing is, I kind of understood why they had to have that type of markup. Because if you think about it, I am sure that space that they rented in that convention center was not cheap. That had to be that had to cost. Because I remember once looking at the vendor spaces, and I think some of them ran as high as $1,000. And I do have a coworker who she likes to do outside craft fairs, and she does rent, and I do talk to her about that. And I know there's a cost, but I don't think I ever asked her about that, about how much she pays for that. But I know you have to have insurance and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of overhead costs that are included in that kind of stuff. I know my mother-in-law, she has a little corner shop, and her corner shop is at a flea market out in South Carolina. And I don't know if she pays insurance and stuff like that. But the thing is also is with her situation is it's a flea market. So sometimes you have to, the clientele, sometimes they're not, you have to look at the state, the area, the cost of living, sometimes that's why when I talk to her about putting my items in her shop, she always tells me that she doesn't think it's really a good idea, because she says, she always says your stuff is really nice, and those people cannot really afford those type of prices. So I'm kind of like, okay, so a lot of things that she sells in the flea market, which I totally get. She says a lot of times when people go to the flea markets, they're only looking to spend $1 or $2. If you're lucky, if they want to spend $5 on something. So when she kind of explained it to me that way, I was kind of like, okay, well, that's definitely not a place for my embroidery, because there's no way I'm going to sell embroidery items for $5. I said, no way. I mean, I would go out of business so quick, it's not even funny. So yeah, but I don't know if she was there. I know that there was only one place that had zipper by the yard, and it was not they didn't have a great selection. They didn't have the zipper pull, so I was a little disappointed. I was kind of hoping to have more and stuff. Hey Jenny, how are you? How you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. Hey Susan, how are you? Recovering from, yes. Oh God, Florida got hit really, really bad. I even have a coworker that purchased a brand new home, because he's going to be retiring as well too. I think he's retiring in around 3 years, and he bought a brand new home in Tampa. And I did reach out to him, because I was like wondering, is your home okay? Because he doesn't live there yet. Because I mean, he's still got 3 years to go. So he works here. He said, thankfully, the storm was 3 hours away from where he purchased his home. He had his house built. So he was just like, oh, thank God for that. So I was like, because I thought of him when that happened, because I was like, oh my God, I could have sworn that's where he bought his house. And I was like, I hope nothing happened, because that would really suck. You built your dream home. You worked so hard, you built your dream home, and you're so close to retirement, and then swoop, all swept away. But thankfully he's fine and stuff. And I was like, that's cool. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna go down and stuff. Very cute tote bag. Oh, I'm glad you guys like the tote bag. I thought it was so cute too, and I just had to support my girl. I was like, oh my God, she does really, really good stuff. Are you going to try to make that cute tote bag? I'm not gonna lie, Iris. I thought I would give that tote bag a try. I mean, where did I have it? I don't know where I put it. There it is. I mean, it's cute. Isn't it cute? And this is all vinyl. All vinyl. I was kind of like, oh my goodness. And what I really love is that she used the same material. And this is what I bought from her last year. And I use this when I meet with customers and stuff. And I always get compliments on it. And I told her that too. I said, every time I use this, I get compliments. And now I have a matching bag. I was like, oh my goodness. So I told her, I said, what you need to do is now make a pouch or a little wallet or something like that. Now I have a whole set, and stuff. But yeah. And she has a website and stuff like that. So yeah, so it was pretty cool. I was really I really like the bag. And Susan, yes, I agree with you. You can never have enough bags, I'll tell you. But my sister laughed because she thought Fred was gonna have like a little cow and stuff like that, because I went through a little phase where I love designer bags. I mean, my husband will tell you I don't know what it is. If I'm a bag addict, I don't know what it is, but I have the Gucci's, the Louis Vuittons, designer bags galore, and I have them all in my closet. And I don't just have one; I kind of have several. So I have a collection of the years, right? And then when I got into sewing, I started sewing my own little bags, and then I even saw that on Etsy you could buy leather bags, really cute bags. So I started buying those. Then my husband was kind of like, okay, so what are these all these expensive bags doing in the closet? And you're always walking around with a $20 bag. So so when I came home with that one, my sister kind of like looked at him thinking, is he gonna say something? But he just kind of like took a little puff on his cigar and he was like, cute bag. You can go with the other bags. So it was kind of funny. But yeah, but it is a cute bag. I liked it. And I told Fred, don't worry about it. I will use all my bags. I will use them. And stuff. But just like, just like he has his little cigar habit and stuff like that, well, I got my little bag habit too. So, but it's cheaper than buying another machine, that's for sure. Let's see. Hey, Leslie. Oh, it was nice meeting. Oh, yes, Leslie. It was. Oh my God. I enjoyed having her with me. I really did. I thought it was like so super cool. And I was so glad that she made that trip. And it's kind of unfortunate, but it's like, we both have very hectic careers, right? She is she works for a private industry. I work for the government. And our careers have really taken up a lot of our time. And it's kind of funny because now we're getting older and we're starting to realize, like, wait a minute, it's like, you work so hard. And it's like, I think when my dad died, it really kind of changed me and Nancy's perspective on life. And I think sometimes that happens, when someone very close to you passes away, because my dad worked so hard. And when he passed, it was really hard to see him suffer. And it really kind of like brought us closer together as a family. And, I have been, I live very far from all of my family. Actually, I have no family here. It's just me and my husband and my son. All even parents, my sister, I've never lived close to them. So a lot of holidays and stuff like that, I've never really spent it with them because my career has brought me here. So now that I'm getting older, I will tell you this though, when I retire, I do plan on spending a lot more quality time with my mom, especially and my sister, for sure, because life is short, life, and you only live once and stuff. And it's really funny because then now that I said I only live once, but I did see something like with Charlie Brown and Snoopy, where Snoopy tells Charlie Brown, no, you only die once, but you live every day. So now it's like, when I read that, I was thinking, okay, I'm really gonna have to start pulling back a little bit in my career. I kind of like want to start doing that, because now I really want to make whatever time I have count and stuff like that. But Leslie, I mean, I had such a great time with you, Miss Banks, Danielle, and Deborah. I mean, it was really cool that we got the same table at Olive Garden and all that kind of stuff. So, but I'm gonna see what else we can do, because we did have the conversation of, we have been meeting as a group once a year at this expo. So now what I would like to do is maybe we can meet somewhere else as well. So I don't know. I'm going to come up with something. I am definitely going to come up with something. But it was like so great seeing you guys there. I mean, it really was. Let's see. Hey, Mallory, how you doing? Oh, yes. If you guys like the video and stuff like that, please give me the thumbs up. 83 watching. That is like so cool. Let's give 83 thumbs up, because that really does help the algorithm. My speech has gotten so bad. I don't even think they want me to brief anymore at work, okay? Because sometimes it's like, I'm like, bleh, and I'm like, okay, you guys know what I mean. let's see. What's the name of the fabric package? Okay, you guys are asking about the fabric package, and I'm assuming that it's this. So the company is right here, okay, and it's the Sassy Sunflower, and I don't know if they have a website, okay, but these are actually the half pack quilts. That's what they call it. But I will tell you, the fabric is good quality, and I really love this print. I really love the print, and I just, it's just something that I want to do and stuff. And now Christmas is coming up, and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, now with the holidays coming up, I know that my volume of orders are going to start going up, because I'm already starting to get emails from customers that I've done work for them in the past. And because I have told people, don't wait till the last minute, because remember how I told you guys that I was just taking orders like crazy, and I was getting like really exhausted, because I was like going to work, coming home, just relaxing for like a half hour, and then I was like embroidering all night just to then change clothes and go to my day job. Well, remember, I was like totally exhausted. I said, this has got to stop. Well, I now have that appointment book, right? So now I have my appointment book, and I'm gonna tell you something. With my appointment book, if you want something embroidered, I have to put you on my calendar, okay? And you are in there, okay? So I am not going to overwork myself. I told myself I'm done. I'm not retired yet, so people's got to understand that. So the people locally, I will tell you, they really do hit me up for a lot of work. So as I already told them, I said, if you have something that you want me to embroider, make sure that you hit me up way in advance, because if I have to do a rush order, I will be adding a rush order fee, okay? Because, and I may not even take the order, because depending how many orders I have, if I have too many, and I have to fit you in, and I have to lose sleep over it, I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. I can't, because I have to think of myself, and the job that I have right now, especially at this time period, is very demanding. We have a lot of projects going on, and I got to meet some deadlines. There is just no questions about it. And I got to do what I got to do, what I'm saying? So but so let's see. Came down, it fell on my front door. Iris, I hope you're okay. Let's see. Let's go down here. Let's see what else you guys got. Oh, look at that. Debbie says those packages similar to my local quilt shop offers. The quilt shop by me doesn't have it packaged this way. They just sell like it just looks like a regular Joann's. This is actually the first time I have seen them packaged that way, Debbie. But I will tell you, the thing, right away when I saw it, okay, right away when I saw it, what went through my mind, just drop something. What went through my mind was the presentation, and that is something that I know that I have spoken to you guys about when it comes to running a business and stuff. How I guys tell, how I even tell you guys, make sure that when you are working on your orders, make sure you have a clean environment. Make sure that everything is nice and neat. You don't want customers walking into your shop, you got their clothes on the floor and stuff like that. Very unattractive. I am telling you, that's going to be an impression. That really is. A lot of times people think, oh, they're not going to know, or they're not going to care. No, they care. Trust me, customers care, okay? You want them to know that you care for your items and that you work in a nice, clean environment, because you can lose customers that way. But presentation means everything. And because I saw how they packaged it up like that, so nice and neat, that's a plus. That is a plus. I'm telling you, it is a plus. And it's the same thing like when you're selling items online and you want to package them to your customer. Make sure that you package those items nice and neat. Make sure that you include certain things like this, like what I include. Make sure that you include little cards and stuff like that, your business cards and everything. Make sure you give them care instructions whenever you send out your items. Remember, presentation means everything, okay? Because that is going to make people really feel good about buying your products and all that kind of stuff. So let's see. This sassy sunflower. Yeah. And you know what? What I'm actually going to do is after I use these fabrics, I may end up going on their website and buying another pack. I think I'm going to do that because this is just, I just picked up these two because I liked the wine theme. Okay. So, but they had so many. There's so many beautiful different types of fabrics. And I love the way they coordinated the fabrics together. So Debbie, I'm telling you, if the quilt shop by you does this, you're lucky. I wish Susie did. I really did, because I would be buying a lot from her. That's for sure. Maybe that would be bad for me, because then I would really be spending more money on fabric. Okay. And I really need to use the fabric that I'm using. Let's see. So you can see it. Let me see. Oh, there's a lot of, really? All right. I'm going to have to do something with the YouTube stuff, because I see that you guys are getting too many commercials and stuff like that. And that's not good. Yes, it is. When you asked about that fabric, yes, the fabric that I got, those little patches, they're considered chili. That is correct. And supposedly, this is enough for me to make a baby quilt. So I'm going to do this with Sarah. I'm so excited for her, because I think they have been trying for a baby for about, like, I think 5 years, something like that. So they finally got, she's finally pregnant, and I'm just so excited, so super excited for her. I remember when she first found out, I think her husband was too excited and told me and Fred. And when I called her to congratulate, she was a little like timid about it. And I know what it was. It's because, it was the early stages. And I was the same way, because I remember when I got pregnant with Cardito, with my son, I had a hard time getting pregnant as well. I had my son later in life. I had him at the age of 32. I tried to get pregnant. At one time, I got a false positive. And I went everywhere. I'm pregnant, just to find out I really wasn't pregnant. I wasn't pregnant. And that was such a downer, because I was trying. And then when I finally did get pregnant, I think I went to CVS and I bought up the whole shelf of pregnancy tests, and they all came out positive. I still kept my mouth shut because I didn't want anybody to know, because I wasn't sure. So when they did the blood test and I found out, I was like, oh, thank God I am. But then I still did keep my mouth shut also, because I wanted to make sure that, I was past the critical stage of the pregnancy and stuff like that. So totally understood. I totally understood. So, but she announced it. She put it out there on Facebook that she's pregnant. So I'm like, okay, she's good. She feels good about it. So I was like, now it's time for me to start playing around with all my fabrics and my blankets, and I got to make sure that baby got everything they need. So I already got the name too. So I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to do this. This is going to be my very first one. So it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm excited. They remind me of the chili bed of the Chanel. Oh, it's the Chanel bedspreads. Yeah, this is going to be so cute. I think it's really going to it's going to be so unique. It's going to be so unique. I think she's going to love it. I think she's really going to love it. I'm excited. I already cut them all. So now I just have to sew them together and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see. Jeanette, do you get end-to-end quilting pattern from the brother? Patterns are like they, look into it. Baby quilts order back. Karen, thank you so much for posting that, because I looked into that, and you know what? You're right. I can do that on my brother machine. And I'm wondering if I should do that on this quilt as well. I think that would be a really good idea to do instead of just sewing it together and binding it. I thank you so much. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go on Juju, and I'm gonna look for those quilting ones, and I'll see if I can get like a really simple one. And you're right, on the brother machine, on the multi-needle machine, this baby right here, I can just put that on there and I can quilt that blanket. And it's a crib blanket, so it shouldn't take long for me to quilt it. Thank you for that idea. Thank you. I'm gonna do that. I've seen for years, but I still struggle quilting a single. I just purchased a Juki. Mind you, I have several top of the line baby lock machines. I tell you know, and it's really funny to talk about the Juki, Ivy. My sister is now looking at quilting machines, and she was looking at the Juki, and she was also looking because brother also has a quilting machine as well. And the brother quilting machine is cheaper than the Juki. But one of the things that I told her was I chose the Juki because it's very solid. It's a steel machine. The brother was more on the plasticky side. And I don't know. I just thought for quilting, I just chose that one. And I like the automatic the foot, because if you hit the foot backwards, it will automatically cut your thread. And it had the big throat, even though the brother had the big throat too. But I decided on the Juki, and I will tell you, I do love my Juki. But I'm gonna let you guys know, and I'll probably videotape when I use this sew laser on the Juki. I have to install it on the Juki. I've installed it on the brother SC1900. Haven't done it on the Juki yet. I plan to, because I bought the extra base for it. So we'll see how that goes. I actually want to use that when I quilt my friend's baby blanket and stuff. But I'm going to get a design from Juju, like Karen said, because I think that would be pretty cool. And I did not think of doing that. I really appreciate you saying that. Oh, did you try the walking foot? I have a walking foot, and I think I'm going to, okay, Karen, you just, you need to come over here and watch me while I sew this thing. I do have a walking foot. My Juki came with a walking foot, and I also have a walking foot for my brother machine as well. So that's another thing. Okay, so I'm going to take out my walking foot and use that, and I'm also going to use my laser, and I'm going to go to Juju. So, any machine booths they had? Yep, they had the machine booths. I tell you, very dangerous. And I will tell you, they make deals. It's like Miss Banks said. She said, go the last day, and they'll break deals. I'm gonna tell you something. They were doing some pretty good deals. They even had signs. When you go into classes and you have the sewing machines and the quilting machines, they would say 50% off. So if you wanted to buy the actual machine that you were taking the class on, they would give it to you for half price. So, I mean, they had some really, really good deals. So I could see why a lot of people go to these shows and they actually buy machines from these shows. I could see that. Backing cut sewn to the school. I've been busy with Etsy. I did so many quilts, kind of lost interest. I'll get it done eventually. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Sometimes it's like you want to do stuff and then something happens and it kind of tears you away from your project. So I think some people joke about all these projects that has started and doesn't get done. So yeah, but what's your favorite expo? Well, so far I will say I do like this one. I have not gone to any of the other ones. I have heard of an embroidery market expo, and I want to look that up, and I want to see when's the next time that's available, McFake, because I am mostly an embroiderer. That's what I love. I'm a machinist embroiderer, and I would love to go to that one just to see the type of materials, threads, look at the different machines as well. You know, I would love to do that. So that is one that I have not done yet, but I do want to try that. Did you see the pill? No, I did not. That I did not see that. I didn't. Um, that's close to me. Oh, okay. Keep an eye on your bobbin. Oh, okay. Tina, keep an eye on your bobbin case when you're sewing that Chanel. You might get a lot of lint. Okay. And I would also wash your quilt top so that the baby doesn't get anything in his mouth. I was planning on doing that. Yes, I was thinking of that as well because of all the fraying and stuff like that. I was thinking after I'm all done, give it a nice good wash and stuff before I give it to her. I was thinking of that. But I did not think about what you just said, Tina, about the lint. That's, yeah, I could see that because of all the Chanel and stuff while I'm sewing. I'm sure a lot of lint is probably going to go in there. So I am going to have to wash that. Thank you for letting me know that. That I did not think about that. Lasker, Pennsylvania. Yes, that's where it is, and I think that's going to be a little bit of a trip, but that's okay. The laser on the sewing, yeah, it is cool. What's the name and where did you get it from? Okay, so this is, I actually got it from the Sewing and Quilt Show, but I'm sure you can go to their website. It's called sewcutelaser.com. Okay, and you know, it seems to be pretty cool. And one of the things that I forgot to mention, let me show you this as well. This came with it as well, so that way you can see it. This is an actual plate that goes underneath your sewing foot. So when you are aligning and fixing your laser, you can make sure that the laser is on the line and stuff like that. So this comes in your kit, okay, along with the base and laser and all that kind of stuff. And let me open it up so you can see what you get. Okay, well, of course you get that little laser ball, okay. You get this, okay. Let's see. Let me open this up. You also get these little clips, which I thought was pretty cool. Because of the cord on the laser and stuff like that, they give you these little things in here. So that way you can see, it's like little clips so that the cord could fit in here. So that way you can make it nice and neat and you don't have cord hanging all over the place. So I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah, so and then they give you the alcohol so that way you can clean your machine before putting it in. This is the base, and the base there's a flat side. They also have a curvy side, so that way it could fit any type of machine that you have. Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty neat. I mean, it wasn't that bad. You know, I asked for the extra base, like I said, so that way I could have I could just take the laser and I can just put the cord on the Juki and stuff like that. So yeah, so let me put everything here. And let me show it to you guys again, just in case. It's sewcutelaser.com. That's the company that I got it from. And they had a booth there at the show and stuff like that. So I just checked them out and everything. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Hey, Ozzy, how are you? How you doing, my man? How are you? Let's see. Did you pay extra for the glasses to take? Did you have to pay? Oh, for the classes that you? Yeah. Well, what happens, Ozzy, is if you pay for the classes, you don't have to pay for the admission and stuff. Now, each class had a different price. Okay. You know, last year I will say I paid a lot more because I took every serger class that they had. This year, all I did was I did the Embroidery classes because I wanted to see if I could learn something new. Like I said, the second class, I felt like it was a little bit like, I thought I was going to learn digitizing, but it was more sewing, you know, embroidering the designs that she gave you. So that to me really wasn't beneficial at all. And it was like $54 for that class, but she did give you a lot of materials. But what I did was I just like I said before, I just took the material home because I was like, I can embroider something else on that. So yeah, but yeah, let's see. The Impression Expo. I'm thinking about trying that. I'm debating on going. I think that one might be a little better than the Sew and Quilt show. The Impression Expo, the thing is, I'm looking for a expo that is really focused on embroidery. Really focused on embroidery. That's why I want to do the embroidery market. But I have to look that up and I have to see where they are and if what's the closest one to me, because I don't mind doing the traveling and staying at a hotel and stuff like that. Yeah, but I thought about the impressions. I know that they have sometimes have that in New Jersey, but I'm not sure. Oh, Joanne says she loves the needles. She loves the Swiss needles. I have the book right here. Hold on, I dropped it. Yeah, she likes the Swiss needles. I mean, they're very good needles, and I will tell you this, okay? One of the things that I really did that kind of really I really love the book. I'm gonna tell you, I really love the book because they really talk about every single needle that they offer. They have these color codes, and I thought that was like pretty cool. And I'm like, oh, they got one for top stitch, they got a double eye, they got one for hem stitching. um they got twin needles, triple needles. I'm like, oh my goodness, okay. I mean, for jeans, for leather, embroidery, the universal. I was like, this is really neat, and I took this home with me because I figured this is very good. I know that I have looked online to see if I could find something for organ needles. I know they have a guide out there, but I will tell you, this is like, they need to do something like this they really do, they really because I really like the presentation of how they advertise that. Yes, Robin, 18,000 is a great price for that machine. You are correct, because that machine goes over 20,000. That is how much they were offering it at the show. That's why I said I think a lot of people, when they go to these shows, they actually go to buy their machines because they know they're going to get a better price from these dealers. But it was a beautiful machine, I will tell you. They did have it in a corner, and I don't think it was on. I don't remember, but I know that out on the floor more, the way they positioned the Avenir, it was kind of like in the corner in the dark in a way. And they had the other machines more out for the people to look at. And I don't know if it's because they're trying to sell more of the versions before that, because they want to just sell them out so that way they can then focus on selling the new brand. But yeah, they wanted 18,000 for that. I was sewing watching Jeanette, but wasn't watching the chat. Went to Joanne, brought Coates and Clark embroidery. I accidentally bought some type of metal thread, thought it was metallic. How do you do it? I tried to use it as a sample first. I do have a video on how to use metallic thread. Now, one of the things, McFaith, is when it comes to metallic thread, you're going to have to slow down that machine by a lot, because metallic thread is very stringy, and it can really snap very easily. So that is not the type of thread that you're going to be running really quickly on your machine. So you have to make sure that you slow that machine down. That thread is very popular. A lot of people do love metallic thread because it has that extra shine. But the thing is, it can be very difficult and very time consuming to do embroidery with. Okay. Aw. Hey Bob, how are you? How you doing? Yes, I did take the In Brilliance class, but I was a little disappointed. I think I think I needed more an advanced class. That was too much of a beginner for me. Um yeah, YouTube videos, you can go at your own pace. The way I see it is the classes are for people who can't understand it after watching a video. Yeah, I kind of felt that way too. But I have to be honest though, sometimes some of the people were asking the questions, and even though the questions were getting answered, I could kind of see the look on their faces, and I feel like they really still didn't kind of like get it. So sometimes I feel like you have to have a combination of someone that can not just explain it, but also demonstrate it at the same time, which is probably why, to me, I just feel like if you watch a YouTube video, not only do you hear the person explaining it, but sometimes they're demonstrating it on the screen, and that can really help with the learn. But sometimes it really just depends on the person, on how they learn and stuff. See. Oh, okay. Annette Stitcher says she has a little Roquetta and doesn't have a timer that shuts it off. It stays hot, but I've had the Pasonic. I don't care for the auto shut off. Yeah. Well, the auto shut off, it kind of depends, right? Sometimes people could get forgetful and they can leave an iron on and can start a fire. You know what I mean? But it just depends on what it is, right? And I know I get distracted sometimes. There have been times when I have left my heat press on, and thankfully the heat press does auto shut off after a certain amount of time as well. And the thing is, you don't want to leave that sucker on because that really pulls a lot of electricity, So yeah. Oh, and Crafty, she has the Acello craft iron. It's corded, auto shut off, lightweight, kind of pricey, but it's worth it. Let me see. McFay said, I have tried to find quality zippers for bags, but I don't want to buy zippers that look cheap. Yeah, you got to look around. You really do got to look around and stuff. I usually sometimes do use the cheap scissors and stuff because, I don't really sew anything extravagant and stuff like that. But sometimes it does matter, right? You need a cutoff date. I sure do. Having a sister with your passion for sewing is super great. It is. And you know what's really funny is I started, and then Nancy was kind of curious, and she was like, what the hell's that? And the next thing you know, she fell in love with it, and she took it to a whole other level because she's more, like I said, a quilter. She loves the quilt, okay? But I am the embroiderer. So, and then you have my mom, and she does a lot of crochet. She loves to crochet. That's her thing. What is included pattern of the patterns that I got with the 5/2 quilt is one of them was for a quilt and one of them was for a tote bag. Oh, they have a website. Just check. They also have a $6 flat shipping rate. Oh, that's not bad. They also list local quilt shops that carry their half-pack quilt. Oh, cool. Okay, $6 for shipping is not bad. It is not bad. Can you show the name of the laser again, Jeanette? Yes. This is it. Okay, this is the laser. It's called Sew Laser, and it's sewcutelaser.com. That's where I got that from and stuff. And yeah, so I kind of liked it. They had it there, and they showed it on the display, and they were showing how you can adjust the line, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna give that a shot. So I just said, okay, I'm gonna try it out. Let's see. I think I'm at the end of the chat. Let me see. Jeanette, I have every stretch guide in creation. I also have a laser, but it doesn't have an anchor, so it jumps all over the place. So I don't use it. I just use that stitch guide you showed. I love it. Okay, well, I'm gonna give a shot at the laser. I'm gonna see, but I could see what you are talking about, that it jumps all over the place. So I'm thinking that if the machine moves, of course, the laser is connected to it. It's gonna move too. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a shot because I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'll let you know what I think, Rita. I really am. Cute bag. You did a great job. No, Kathleen, I did not do this bag. I didn't do this. I wish I did. No, this bag This bag was done by a young lady at the Sewing and Quilt. I did not make this. I wish I could take credit for this. I cannot. I cannot. I didn't do this. But thank you though. I did not do this bag. This bag was done by the lady that has the little sticker. She gave me the sticker. Where is the sticker? I don't know where I put the sticker now. I have it here somewhere. Did I put it in that bag? I think I put it in here. Let me see. I'll show you her site. Oh, I don't have the sticker. I don't know where I have the sticker now. Okay. Well, I'll have to show you. If you reverse this video, you will see the sticker for the bag. Did I put it in here? Oh, it's a shame because I really would like you guys to know where I got it from. Let me see. Did I put it here somewhere? Did I put it down here? No. Oh, I can't find her sticker. Ain't that something? Where's her sticker? All right. I know I had it. I put it down somewhere because I was showing you guys the sticker and I said, hey, she gave me the sticker and I want to put it on my thing. Now I can't find the sticker. Where did I put her sticker? Ain't this something? All right. Well, I know if you guys reverse this video, you'll see it. Yeah, but yeah, it's a lady and she is an engineer. And now I'm gonna keep looking for the sticker. She's an engineer full-time. And I was talking with her and she was telling me that she sews. Yeah, I can't find it. Oh, is that it? Nope. I hope I didn't lose my sticker. I'm gonna be mad if I lost my sticker. I like that sticker. It was a cute sticker. I'm sure it's gonna pop up. But her name and everything was on the sticker. Ain't that something? I can't find the sticker. Ain't that? It's always something. Okay. All right. So let me see. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay, here it is. This is the person that made it, Kathleen. Okay, I didn't make the bag. I wish I did, but that's her. Okay, and she gave me this little sticker and stuff, and the sticker matches the bag. Does it? Let me see. Now I can't find the bag. What's wrong with me? Oh my god. Oh, okay. Yeah, it matches the bag. It's the same design. See, got my little serger here. The serger and the sewing machine. Ain't that cute? Ain't that cute? Look at that. My serger, sewing machine, rodent cutter. Cute, right? So, but yeah, no, I didn't. I wish I made it. I did not. But let me give you the name just in case you guys are interested. That's her website. She has a lot of different vinyls that she sells that you could probably buy to make different pouches and bags and all that kind of stuff and everything. And she sells stickers and everything. So she's an engineer and she does this stuff, to keep her sanity. Yes. I think you wrote it right. I think it's M-A. Is that bag lined? Yes, it is. She did line it. Yes, it is lined. Let me show you. See, it's lined. She did line it. See, and it's good quality. It's heavy, good quality, pretty steep. Got my little hat in here and stuff like that. Let me take out some of the stuff in here so you guys can see exactly how big it is. Let me take out my keys and stuff like that. So, okay. So yeah, it's pretty big. See, and it's fully lined. She's got her little tag in there. Heavy material, tough material. Pretty big. See, she got a magnetic enclosure right here. The stitching is very nicely done. Very nicely done, even. Beautiful stitching. She did a very good job. Very good job. even the stitching is I'll tell you what, you wouldn't get a bag like this from me, you know, because you're gonna see it straight and go yeah like that, you know, go that's my bag, that's my stitches. But no, everything is perfect. I mean, at first when I saw this, I was like, is this an in the hoop bag? That's what I was thinking. Did she do this in the hoop? Because I mean, the stitching is really, really nice. And I was kind of like, oh wow, she did it. So no, it's fully lined and everything. So she did it. Was it expensive? It was. She asked for 55. I thought 55 was a fair price. You know, I mean, you know, it's fully lined, and the thing is, this is not cheap material. So I, you know, and this is the thing too. It's like, you know, you when you sew and you do embroidery, you know how long it takes to do things and stuff like that, and you also know the cost of all the materials and everything. So to me, when I saw $55, I was like, okay, for all this vinyl and all the time she took to sew this, 55 bucks, I think that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty good. I thought it was a very fair price. So, you know, so I liked it. And then I really liked, you know, because it matches my little cover, you know, my little book. And I bought this from her last year. And, you know, this is what and look, the stitching is very good too. She's I'm sorry, you can't see it. Oh, let me take out this. It's my customer's order from the thread colors. But see, I mean, it came out really nice. She did really good job with the stitching. Really good job with the stitching and stuff like that. I mean, you know, so I was thinking, is this in the hoop? That's what I'm guessing. I was guessing this was in the hoop. I'm not sure, because I'm like, this probably fits in a 8x13 hoop, something like that. So I was thinking maybe she got a big machine and this is an in the hoop pattern maybe and stuff like that. Now I don't know if that tote bag she did in the hoop, but you know, I mean, she could have. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, that's a big hoop that she used. You know, and she did the lining and stuff like that. So she did a really good job with that bag and stuff, and I really love that. And I even told her, I said, you know, I mean, I would love if you had did like a wallet. And she has some vinyl pouches too, but the vinyl pouches were with other types of vinyl. I would have loved it if she had used this, because I would have been like, oh, I would have loved the set. It would have been really cute, you know, like really like a little wallet or a little pouch or something like that. But you know, I thought this was really cute. I thought this is something that I could use like when I go out to meet, you know, my customers and stuff like that. Stay in the theme, you know, the little sewing theme and stuff. So, you know, it was really cute. And then she gave me the little sticker. So of course I'm going to put this on my serger. So, yeah, so I was like, oh, so it was really cute. So it wasn't bad. It was not bad at all. So guys, I am done. We're going through the chat and everything, and it is 10:30 and stuff. So as always, thank you so much for spending Friday with me. I really appreciate it and stuff like that. If you guys liked all the information that I shared with you guys, please, 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 seriously, give me that thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Doesn't cost you anything. It really doesn't, and it helps the channel a lot. You know, so just hit that subscribe button and give me those thumbs up. And, you know, if there is a topic out there that you want me to explore, you want me to look into, to have a discussion about embroidery happy hour. I know some of you guys had asked about me doing, you know, certain videos on how to run a business and all that kind of stuff. And I've done those, and even about embroidery prices, done those. But if there is something out there that you guys are interested in me doing, just let me know. Just reach out to me on Facebook and stuff like that. And then I could look into that topic and we can all learn together. So you guys, thank you so much for spending Friday night with me. As always, I love it. This is really my me time with you guys. And I really enjoy spending all the times with you and sharing information with you guys. Hope you guys, like I said, find it helpful, and you guys enjoy your machines, enjoy sewing, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you guys again next Friday. So you guys take care, have a great night, and you guys take care and be careful and just have fun with those machines. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.